This is OwlUp, where learning happens in minutes, not hours. For a deeper journey, explore all our courses at owlup.co. Now, let's dive in. Welcome back to Chapter 2 of our series, Roman Political Structures, from Republic to Empire. In this episode, titled Cursus Honorum, The Path of Public Office, we'll explore the essential steps of political advancement in ancient Rome and uncover why this formalized process was so crucial for governance. So, let's dive in. Senators in ancient Rome didn't just run for office, they climbed a legally scripted ladder. 1 year you're managing state money. A few years later, you're legally allowed to command armies. In this episode, we'll explore why Rome trusted careers more than individual genius. Roman politics didn't just sort people by ambition, it sorted them by type of competence. Each rung of the Cursus Honorum trained a different muscle: financial oversight, urban management, legal judgment, military command. Think of it less as a staircase and more as an obstacle course, where every station exposes a new weakness and filters out those who can't adapt. This mattered because Rome's problems kept changing: grain shortages, street violence, provincial rebellions, senatorial infighting. No single talent could handle all of that. By forcing elites to rotate through distinct roles, the Republic tried to produce generalists who'd already failed, learned, and recalibrated in lower-stakes contexts before touching the top levers of power. In practice, that system could refine character, or merely polish the tactics of already powerful families. Yet this latter wasn't just about skill, it was about timing and choreography. Laws like the Lex Vilia Annalis didn't simply slow eager politicians. They synchronized careers so rivals met at the same rungs, at the same ages, under the same scrutiny. Think of it like a carefully throttled software rollout. No one got full admin rights without surviving earlier versions of the job, complete with bugs and stress tests. This also meant failure was public and comparative. Your record wasn't just good or bad, it was better or worse than the cohort climbing beside you. The first real test on that ladder was the quaestorship, and it looked deceptively modest. On paper, you were just handling money, tracking war spoils, auditing generals' expenses, overseeing the cash that kept legions paid and supplies moving. In reality, you were stepping into other men's ambitions. A careless signature could embarrass a commander, anger a tax farming company, or expose a senatorial ally. One misfiled account, and you weren't just bad with numbers. You were unreliable in a system where trust was a political currency. From there, careers began to diverge. Some men leaned into the city, courts, public ceremonies, visibility in the forum. Others tried to angle for foreign commands as soon as the law allowed. The latter was the same, but its use was strategic. Families mapped out which son would specialize in legal prestige, who would chase military glory, and who might quietly manage the background work that kept patronage networks oiled. Timing laws like the Lex Vilia Annalis added another layer of game design. Because you could not legally jump ahead in age or office, your class of rivals followed you. You saw the same faces in elections, in debates, in crises. Every grain riot you calmed or mishandled was stored in the collective memory of that cohort. Over a decade, reputations hardened: the cautious administrator, the reckless glory hunter, the smooth deal-maker. Collegiality, the rule that each office was shared, turned every step into a live experiment in cooperation under pressure. You didn't simply hold power. You had to negotiate it daily with someone who could veto you, outshine you, or quietly sabotage you. That made character flaws legible early. An inflexible man couldn't hide for long when he needed a colleague's signature to pass even routine orders. Because only certain offices carried imperium, the system also rationed the right to make irreversible decisions. Not everyone who rose was trusted with an army, and even those who were usually received that power late, after years of visible behavior in lower-stakes arenas. The structure was conservative, but its conservatism came from accumulated memory. Each rung preserved a record of how you'd behaved when the spotlight was smaller, and the damage you could do was limited. A striking way to see this system is to follow a single, hypothetical career through specific crises. As quaestor, our rising politician might be dispatched to a distant army that has gone months without pay. The books don't balance, contractors are angry, and veterans are on the edge of mutiny. Fixing that mess isn't glamorous, but if you can stabilize the camp without triggering violence, senior commanders remember. Years later, as praetor, he's assigned a booming province where local elites are gaming tax rules. Now he must weigh Roman revenue against provincial goodwill, knowing both senators and merchants will dissect every verdict. By the time he reaches the consulship, those earlier files, payroll rolls reconciled under pressure, tax disputes resolved without revolt, become informal performance reviews senators use when deciding whether to back him for a major war command. The structure didn't guarantee virtue, but it did stockpile case studies of how each man behaved when the trade-offs were murky and the audience was watching. Every promotion today can be logged, graphed, and cross-checked, yet we rarely design careers as deliberately as Rome did. Future systems might hard-code viewpoints into promotion paths. After finance, you must run a frontline team, then a watchdog role, before touching systemic power. Think of it as rotating camera angles in a video game. You can't reach the final level until you've seen how the world looks from the loading dock, the courtroom, and the public square. Modern debates on term limits, judicial tenure, or mandatory military service echo this Roman instinct. Don't just ask who rules, ask what they've been forced to learn first. Your challenge this week: sketch your own course of honors. If your job had to prepare you for real power, which 3 roles should be mandatory stepping stones, and why? This was OwlUp, your daily step forward. To keep learning with structured courses and more insights, go to owlup.co. Until tomorrow!